Hey, what's up, everybody? Metal Biker Dude coming at you here. It is Twitter Tuesday. And by the way, do not adjust your sets. That is the look. Green screen is gone, and I think probably forever, unless I can find a better way. But at any rate, I don't think you guys care that much. It just makes it easier for editing and whatnot to not have it back there. So at any rate, the Twitter Tuesday poll was Avenged Sevenfold. And the choices were Dear God, Almost Easy, Critical Acclaim, and Roman Sky. Almost Easy just edged out Dear God. And in the comments section, somebody asked me if I would do the live at the LBC show, and I said absolutely. Why? Because they have knocked it out of the park every time that I've seen one of these LBC videos. So I'm all down with that, man. You know, there's a certain energy that these, especially when you're dealing with heavy metal and rock and roll and even country and blues, there's a certain feel that comes along with that, and it's just so much more energy, you know. So, and we are almost at liftoff here. Avenged Sevenfold, Almost Easy. Listen to them.
Yo, man, we got a rowdy bunch here now. Watch this. Repeat after me. Hey! Hey! Hey, hey! Hey, hey, hey! I'm not insane!
You see what I mean? There's a fervor going on there. These people are foaming at the fucking mouth.
I'm not insane! Yeah, you is. I'm not fucking sad!
This is also, I want to point out that I'm happy to do this also because the Rev is in it. So it's good to do the songs with the Rev and having him doing it live as well. Obviously, the after drummers, I guess, is for lack of a better term, the drummers that came after him, the subsequent drummers, do these songs, but it's always good to have the original, you know. So right on.
All right, little bitch, I want to see you fucking move right now. Go.
Right on. You know, point a couple things out here. First of all, I always notice that with the rhythm player, I think his name is Zachy, and the bass player, they have a synergy between the two of them. And And that's always good because it allows you to fall into the pocket a lot better. It allows everybody to fall in the pocket a lot better that way. And the other thing I wanted to point out is, listen, man, I've played in front of 5,000 people several times, and always as an opening act. And when you're an opening act, people are not there to see you. Okay. And because of that, whether you've got 50 people or 500 people, if or 5,000 people, if they're not in this fervor state, it's really, really hard to push through it. I mean, I cannot begin to tell you how hard it is to push through that and to provide that kind of energy. When they are like this, you can have 50 people at a bar, and when everybody's out there dancing and, you know, banging or bobbing their head, whatever the genre of music you're playing at the time, whenever you're doing that, you feed off of that. And I can't tell you how many times, you know, the dance floor was full all night, you know, and you're playing, especially if I'm playing the drums, and you go home and you are just completely spent. And, you know, as soon as you walk in the door when you get home, your head hits the couch and you don't wake up till the next morning. It just takes everything out of you, and you love it. These guys, you know, they're playing in front of what looks to me like 50 to 70,000 people. It's hard to tell, but I cannot imagine the energy that's going on here within the band themselves. And you just get so up for shows like this.
I'm not insane, I'm not insane. Come back to me, it's almost easy. Come back again, it's almost easy, yeah. Come back to me, it's almost easy. Come back again, it's almost easy.
I like that. I'm going to back it up here. And I've brought this up before. He does these sweeps like nobody, man. I shouldn't say like nobody, because there are a lot of people that do fantastic sweeps, but sweeps are, in one sense, they're easy, and in another sense, they're next to impossible. And I know that makes little sense to anybody out there. I'm trying to keep this as remedial as possible, but basically what a sweep is you're just playing a chord or a scale, and you know, and you just play a very short part of the note, and you sweep and that's why they call it sweep. You're sweeping your pick down, so you go and and down and back a lot of times, and it's a really cool sound. And every time I see Sinister Gates do one of these, it just brings me great joy. So I want to watch it right here. One other thing I want to point out about that is I play a Schecter guitar. It's one of my guitars, and I've brought this up before, but mine has the same electronics as one of his guitars. Now this one here has what they call passive pickups in it, and my guess is they're probably Seymour Duncan's, but whether he's playing the EMG pickups, which are active pickups, or the passive pickups, his tone sounds the same. And that is achieved through a lot of electronic work. And it takes a lot of time to get your sound dialed in. And the reason that I love doing the LBC show is because, and videos from that, is because whoever the sound engineer was here, the mixer and all this, they have this dialed in to a science, and his guitar tech has everything down to a science. Everything everybody does here is just, it's a machine, you know. And you'll hear a lot of these big bands refer to their system as a machine, and it's because every cog in the wheel has to do its part, you know. Every gear has to turn properly, and it's just amazing when you sit back and you think about the amount of time that each person has to devote to their craft. It's just remarkable, to me at least. I dig that riff, man. I love that riff, man. And you know, and I also want to give a shout out to the pyro guys too. All of the stage hands in any capacity in these big machines, they just they're remarkable people, and it takes in some cases a lifetime of dedication to do these things, and to perform at a high level night after night after night. It's just absolutely remarkable to me. Ding Ding, very, very good song. I will tell you, as far as the songwriting went, I wasn't overwhelmed by it. That's probably due in part to the fact that I'm not sure what the lyrics were exactly about. It sounds like it was personal to him. I'll dig deeper in the lyrics after this is over. But you know, when you watch something like that live, it's hard to hate on it, man. It's so hard. You know, some people do it with the greatest of ease. You know, there's an old joke: how many guitar players does it take to plug in a light bulb? And that's 12. 1 to plug it in, and 11 to stand around and tell him how he's doing it wrong. You know, it's the easiest thing to do, to criticize one musician to another. For some reason, it makes them feel better. Not sure why that is, but at any rate, so I loved it. I love the performance, and I will download the original. I always download the studios. I don't download the live ones, but yeah, it was absolutely awesome. I'll see you guys this weekend. Metal Dude, peace.